There has never been a wider variety of quality models in the 125cc category as there are right now. But today we're focusing on the naked 125s, the perfect all-rounders combining comfort, style and performance, and doing it at a mostly affordable price. So without further delay, join me, Meave, at BikeMatters as we meet 10 of the very best naked 125 motorcycles on sale in 2022. Kicking off the list at number 10, the Benelli Leoncino 125 is a brand new model for 2022 that aims to fill the middle ground between the more premium 125s and the budget offerings, and its performance and price reflect just that. Even though they are now made in China, the Italian styling remains in place with an attractive neo-retro design. The Euro 5 engine is a liquid-cooled single-cylinder with a 12.8 brake horsepower output that places it in the middle of the category. It has ample performance but won't quite keep up with the top dogs here. It also avoids any additional rider aids or features and utilises a combined braking system. The result, however, is that this bike is a grand cheaper than some of the top competitors at £3,499, and that makes for a very attractive alternative. Number 9 sees the 125cc Svartpilen now offered by Husqvarna. When it comes to big bike looks, this one is the most impressive on the list. It looks almost identical to the 701 and the 401 versions, complete with a cutting-edge neo-retro styling. The Svartpilen 125 uses the same Euro 5 4-valve single-cylinder engine and steel trellis frame as the KTM 125 Duke. So despite being relatively new to the market, we already know its performance will be highly competitive. It also comes with a bunch of high-quality components including Bribey brakes, WP Apex front forks and Bosch ABS. There is a lot of motorcycle on offer here for the price. Speaking of that price, starting at £4,499, the Svartpilen is right on par with the other top-of-the-range models, but sets itself apart with a unique hipster chic. At number 8, and after a lengthy absence from the 125 scene, Kawasaki finally made their return in 2019 with a pair of A1 motorcycles, the Ninja 125 and the Z125. Both feature the same full-size trellis frame and 14.7 brake horsepower single-cylinder engine, which means they can stand up to the best 125s in the class. The Z125 comes complete with its aggressive street-naked styling the Z range is now famous for. Finished in the traditional Kawasaki black and green, this is a great-looking motorcycle. Just try and argue with me. In terms of high-tech rider aids, the Z has kept it completely minimalistic, with just ABS as standard, which for some, that will be a massive plus. The Z125 is priced slightly lower than similar powered competitors, starting at £3,899, but is another excellent naked option. Next up at number 7, the GSX-S125 has been freshly updated for 2022 and, with a brand new liquid-cooled engine, offers the fully allowable 14.8 brake horsepower output. When you factor in that this motorcycle only weighs 133 kilos with a full tank of petrol, it offers the best power-to-weight ratio in the class. Aside from the new engine, everything else is kept pretty basic. Again, no fancy rider aids or features. Suzuki have instead opted to focus on the basics and make sure what it does have performs as well as possible. The result is that despite its sporty looks and class-leading acceleration, the GSX-S125 starts at £4,199, which makes it one of the most affordable models with this kind of performance. Number 6 brings with it a bit of a surprise. You may not have expected to see a Chinese bike on the list among all these Italian and Japanese machines, but the Zontes ZT125-U is surprisingly good and definitely earns a spot here as an excellent budget option. The ZT125-U has a futuristic, sporty, naked design that looks like it should be way more expensive than it is. In fact, with a different badge on it, I'm sure it would be. A water-cooled single-cylinder engine powers this machine with a 14.5 brake horsepower output. That's close to the top spec bikes in the category. The only downside is the high weight. At 150 kilos, it may not be able to keep up with some of the others, but it's certainly no slouch either. The Zontes isn't light on features too, with keyless ignition, Bosch 2-channel ABS, ride mode and even a slipper clutch. All this for a starting price of £2,999. The Zontes ZT125-U is well worth a look. Hitting halfway, I want to use this opportunity to give a quick shout out to Lexham Insurance. They provide the power for BikeMatters, and they are 125cc two-wheel insurance specialists. So if you're looking for a new quote and are based in the UK, click the top right hand corner now and they'll give you a £20 discount from your quote. Don't forget that if you've enjoyed the video so far, give us a like and make sure to let us know your favourite in the comments below. Now let's get back to it. Starting the final 5, the CB125R received an update last year with a brand new 4-valve single-cylinder engine that gives increased to both horsepower and torque. Where it was slightly lacking in the performance department previously, it can now compete with the best in this division. Aside from the new engine, the latest version has been given some lovely looking 41mm Showa big piston forks finished in gold. Along with the full-size tyres, this is another great 125 bike that not only looks like a large machine, but also benefits from the smoother and more responsive ride quality as a result. Starting from £4,399, the Honda CB125R sits nicely in the middle of this list. Counting down from number 4, Aprilia are a legendary name when it comes to the 125cc motorcycle, with their RS125 being one of the best and most loved models of all time. In the modern era, with the ferocious two-strokes a thing of the past, Aprilia are still putting out some excellent bikes, and this is one of them. The Tuono 125 is basically a naked RS, with the same high-quality components, lightweight frame, and liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine. Once again, with the max power output at 14.8 brake horsepower, Aprilia's racer DNA is all over this, and the half-faired front end will add more wind protection than most of the other naked motorcycles on the market. Speaking of that front end, one thing Aprilia does better than perhaps anyone else is capture the style of the larger bikes that inspire them. The RS125 looks just like the RSV, and this Tuono looks exactly like the new Tuono 660. And for my money is perhaps the most stylish bike on the list. The Aprilia Tuono 125 is fully Euro 5 compliant and starts at £4,600. At number 3, the XSR is Yamaha's latest addition to their 125cc lineup, taking the same spec as the R125 and MT-125 and giving it their signature sport heritage twist. It is a 125 that not only looks like a big bike, but rides and feels like one too. The key to their success is the impressive Euro 5 engine. Not only one of the most powerful, but it features Yamaha's VVA technology to ensure a smooth and constant acceleration all the way through the rev range. The big bike proportions and full-size wheels only add to the smooth and grown-up feel of this motorcycle. The design is vintage with a 70s inspired flavour, but with plenty of modern touches and details. Yamaha ended with a nice looking naked 125 that rides as good as it looks. The XSR 125 costs £4,450 and is another excellent addition to the list. Just missing out on today's top spot, at number 2, the KTM 125 Duke has been at the top of the class for years, and while its rivals have all levelled up around it, this little Duke is back with a fresh for 2022 update and looks better than ever. Firstly, one of the most striking things on this bike is the visual design. It looks just like a little Super Duke, with KTM affectionately calling it the spawn of the beast. This motorcycle is an absolute beauty. It isn't just the visuals that are impressive though. With a 4-valve single-cylinder engine putting out 14.8 brake horsepower, it is again right at the limit on A1 licensed power. The Duke also comes with a bunch of cutting-edge features, including a TFT display, Bribey brakes, Bosch 2-channel ABS, upside-down WP Apex forks, and preload adjustable monoshock. The price tag is £4,499, and you get highly competitive 125 that looks like a super naked. What is not to love? But taking the crown today, we have a freshly updated MT-125 at number 1. The MT utilises the same 14.8 brake horsepower engine as the XSR and R125, along with its VVA technology. It's pretty fancy, but in a nutshell, it uses 2 separate valve timings, one set up for optimum performance at low revs and another for high revs. The engine will automatically switch across as you accelerate, and it provides constant and smooth power delivery right across the board. One of the key updates is the larger front disc brake, now up to 292mm, which should provide a touch of extra stopping power. Considering the XSR was outstanding in every way, except its average brakes, this might just provide a near flawless 125cc experience. At £4,700, it's the priciest option on the list. When you factor in the addition of a slip and assist clutch just to make the bike even smoother to ride, the MT-125 is going to be hard to beat. That brings our top 10 125cc naked bike list to an end for 2022. Which would you choose to ride, or which are you currently riding? Let me know in the comments below now. Before you go, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like what we do, and get subscribed if you're new around here. For now, I'll see you on the next one.